All right, this is going to be a Star Wars Destiny card storage, dice storage, deck storage, transportation to events, playmats, and everything video. Just show you how I store cards, how I store dice, how I move it all around. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to look at the card storage. So this is the Z Folio LX by BCW. It supposedly can hold 480 cards. So what I do is I actually just sort them by number. So tucking this little guy right there. And I will double them up in there. And the legendaries I will put in here in a little sleeve like that. And the kind of sleeve that I use is this. I use these ones if I'm gonna put them in the binder. So each one of these binders can hold 2 full sets really easily. And if it's a card that I really use a lot, I will, if I want to own like 4 of them or whatever, I'll double up a slot like that. And then so far I've just been doing a max of 3 unsleeved to a pocket. I don't know if that's too many or what, but you should comment if you use these. So I converted from dice boxes over to binders just because it got ridiculous putting cards away after I was done using them, because I have lots of decks going at the same time. So these load from the side and not the top. And the only downside that I noticed is that when you're going through, sometimes the card will slide this way into that little space, which is pretty annoying, but I think it's worth it to be able to have the organization. So this one has all of Convergence, and then it goes into Allies of Necessity. And I think I actually stuck Rivals in the 2-player starter kit in here as well. Yeah. Okay, here is another example of a binder holding 2 sets. So I have 4 of these so far for all the sets. So this one starts with, what is this one? Way of the Force. There's our little buddy right there. Everybody loves. And love that card. Anyway, so you can see that when this one ends, then Across the Galaxy starts. And there's tons of room. Go all the way to the end. And it totally works. So I actually went to the end and still had room, so I stuck some more of the extra uncommons back there. So 2 sets to a binder, pretty cool. Okay, on to dice storage. So this is the Cabela's tackle box thing. It's like the 3700 model or something. Well, there's our friend right there on top. So what I like about this is that one of these little box things can hold an entire set of dice, and each little pocket thing can hold 8 dice. So I actually just put them in numerically where they're supposed to be. Some things I do not like about this for dice storage is this little guy makes it so that you can't stack a die there. Or like right here, you have to leave that spot open, so this one only holds 7. But that's not a huge deal, just because they're cheap compared to like the Feldherr things. I don't know if I pronounced that right or whatever, but... Oh, and another perceived downside would be that there's no foam in here, so I guess they could get scratched up. But I decided that these are just going to pretty much stay at my house and just kind of get jostled around from going from room to room while I'm customizing. I also like that they are see-through, so you can just pick it up and look at the bottom. But again, this is a Cabela's 3700 tackle box. It's like $7.99 each. And here's another set. So they stack really nicely. I usually just do 2 on top of each other and then have a row of them so that I never have to lift or move like 5 boxes aside. So just 2 will be on top. As far as deck storage goes, so I like these Ultimate Guard boxes, and I think green was the cheapest at the time of Christmas, and so I just put a number 1 and a number 2 so that I know what's in them. Anyway, it's magnetic and microfiber, and it has the little sides cut out so you can grab them really easy. And each one can hold 3 decks. No big deal. And then speaking of decks, I like Dragon Shield sleeves for the decks, and then for the characters. For characters, I've used the Ultra Pro like mat on the back that have the little thingy on the front, the little Ultra Pro thing. So in different colors, or I'll use like a Dragon Shield of a different color, like black or whatever, for the characters. And the reason I like Dragon Shields is because they shuffle so easily. I do not like to shuffle like the poker way. I do where you just lay out the different little piles. But I also do the little side shuffly thing. Face down, I might add. So Vader, Saber, and Truce don't accidentally make it on top every time. Okay, as far as the dice go, for different decks that I have. See, this is magnetic. There we go. These have been awesome. Okay, so the dice for my decks, I use these little guys. So it's a Plano, and it's like model, what is it? It's 3, it's there on top. It's backwards. 3449 is the model. This is a little weird and again, not super ideal, but I actually end up sticking a little piece of cardboard in there because the letters are raised and I don't want them scratching the dice. So again, it's a little tedious that I have to modify it to actually be able to use it, but then it's not scratching my dice. So yeah, one of these little guys will pretty much hold whatever dice you need for a deck. So it's really nice to just be able to grab a couple of these boxes, a couple of these things, and then tokens. And of course, Playmat, which got that one for getting in top 4 to Store Champ, and got this one from Parker Simpson in his Thank the Maker bundle. So that was totally cool. Okay, let's look at my tokens. Okay, I got tipped off to get this token box from, I want to say it was T3 Gaming Symbio. So I think, if not, sorry. This is the Plano again. And this box, let's see if it has the model on the back. 3448 is this model, and it was like $2.50, so super cool. While we're here, let's give it a tour of my tokens. Okay, so these are the Power Action Pogs that all the cool kids use. I just bought them, I didn't win them. And then these are the Team Covenant Saga token damages, which are amazing because they're reversible. And then these are their shields. And then I have some other shields too. Okay, yeah, these shields are by Litco, Litko. And they're just laser etched on one side. So they're pretty cool. And then these little beauties are my resource tokens. And let me tell you why these little custom 3D printed resource tokens are so awesome. Because like every episode of Clone Wars and a bunch of Rebels have these little storage crates in the background of like docking bays and ships. And this is actually the design where the resource tokens came from. So I'm not quite sure why they turned them yellow, but a little gray box with a little circle on it on all the sides. It's almost a joke among the design team of Clone Wars that they just sneak these little boxes into like every episode. So if in real life, these would probably come up to just above your knee for the average person. but they are storage crates. And so I thought it was pretty cool that this game used these for the design of the resources, and I decided that 3D little cubes is totally the way to go. And they're really nice to use because you just grab them, you don't have to fight them. And I think these are super thematic because that's where the design came from. So that is why they are gray and not some kind of money color, because they are just storage crates as featured in the show. Okay, I also have little 5 damage tokens because it's nice to have that. These are also from Litco. The reason I don't have the money tokens from Team Covenant is because I don't like them, so I got rid of them. These are the shields from them, and then I bought this on eBay before they came out with their other tokens, so that's all I had of theirs. But I didn't like their money tokens, so I got rid of them. So those are my tokens. Okay, one more quick thing on tokens. I am having some custom made for me because these guys wouldn't sell just the damage ones because I don't like their other tokens. So I'm having some custom made, and they are going to look awesome. So stay tuned for those. I will definitely do like a little tour of those when I get them in. Okay, now if you're still watching after this long, then you're going to indulge me again. So I like to bedazzle boxes. So there you go. You can see some of my bedazzled boxes. Look at Vader's holding a Yoda die. Okay, what else we got? Nothing on the back. We got some of the goodies on the side and some of the baddies on the other side. So yeah, I like to bedazzle boxes. Have dice in. This one was my rival's dice. But just it's fun to cut off some of the artwork from the boxes and put them on here. So it was a little sad when I took them out of my cool bedazzled boxes because to put them in the binders, but it just got too ridiculous with having to store everything in these boxes. So now I just have it's like a to sort box. So decks that have been disassembled and just need to be put away will come in here. This is the Star Wars card Limbo. Also, these little things are awesome for dividers, the little things that come in the booster packs. I use those for dividers in organization when I'm doing this stuff. They're also really good for shipping. If you're shipping any cards, they'll be safe if you stack them up in those things. Here's a fun little cameo. Bonus points if you have played or recognize that game. Okay, and I also have a couple of these from getting in top, I don't know, this was like top 8 or something at a store champ. So I've got a couple of those. As far as Playmat Storage goes, I have this one that's super crappy. I think it's like off-brand, like this thing where this like goes inside of there and it's like already cracking. Where's it at? Right there, it's like already cracking. It doesn't want to focus on it because it's clear. Anyway, I keep this one in there because this one's bigger and this Parker Simpson playmat's just slightly bigger. And then the awesome, super nice tube that he sent me with the Thank the Maker thing is, it's this. It's a really nice Ultra Pro one. So I actually keep my Store Champ playmat in this one because it fits a little bit better. But this is another cool reason to get the Thank the Maker bundle because you get this little tube. I mean, not a reason, but nice little bonus. For a dice tray, I have this little guy. Just snaps together like this. I don't even know what brand it is. Here's their logo. I don't know if you recognize that, but it's nice to roll dice in there. Let's roll Sorasu Mastery in there and see how it goes. Yeah. Anyway, so I like this thing. For the rules and errata and all that stuff, I just printed it out and put it in a binder. This needs to be updated, but I just printed it out and so you can look it up, settle arguments really fast, and read weird, obscure rules. And then I also have like all the tournament resources and everything in the back. Where are we at here? Yeah, like I do the holocrons. and all the holograms, and then the draft rules and the tournament rules, all that stuff. So it's nice to be able to just go in here and learn about this stuff or remind myself. Ooh, and here you go. Copy of the deck list thing. Ready to go to an event. If they would just schedule some. I also have this big playmat that's like a 2-player playmat with Kylo and Rey on it from FFG. It's awesome for 2-player games. Okay, so for transporting them, I will use a saddleback leather medium satchel because you could just put a couple of these down at the bottom and a couple of these next to it, and then you can stick the playmat tube in the top, like going across there. So that's really good for carrying a couple decks around, or lately I've been using this OGO backpack because I just it has so many pockets. Or sometimes I use that, but mostly that's for my work stuff. Okay, well, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. And yeah, those are my organization for cards, dice, decks, tokens, and everything. So I've had a lot of people ask about what I use for stuff. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, or if you use any of these things, or if you do use them, if you use them differently, or whatever. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and watch for some custom tokens coming down the road. Thanks.